Good dog. Good dog.
Money Dog is a dandy dog now. She's a beauty. Her daddy's two-time champion down there at Paducah, Kentucky. Just True Lines Floyd, I believe his name. Big male yellow dog, looks just like her. She's a little fatter than she's ever been, but trust me, when they hunt pretty much every day, we try to swap them out every other day so they don't get burnt out. She needs that weight right now because they always get pretty thin toward the end of season. She'll be fine. But I tell you, we got a good day for you here. Our goal is first of all, keep everything fueled up with diesel fuel and not break down. So we're heading, obviously diesel fuel kills ducks. And so we're heading up to Max Getting Split, get a load of red fuel, and then we're heading to the riverbank because we're pumping water. That's right. We got the big pit getting filled up, and the corn is awesome. Acorns are falling. It's going to be great. Pump's running now. Should be running now. I was actually out there at daylight and checked it, and it was doing good. So come on, let's go get her done. Well, get the credit card out. We're gonna go build some wetlands. Actually, we do all this building of wetlands.
Need an opportunity.
Let me turn that now. And our goal today is to make those wetlands wet. So here in Kansas, you got to have water rights. So I reached out to the state and made sure that I had permission to get turned on my water rights, and then set the pump up and everything. I'm not gonna just go crazy pumping, but the river's dropping. It's a mess how they run the river here. They run it bank full all year, and then October 1st, whenever they can turn us on, they start to, I don't know, do like flood control or something. They shut the gates down basically, and then when duck season's open, they'll run the river full all year. GRDA money, big money, Corps of Engineers, etc. But anyway, welcome to St. Paul, Kansas. We're going to go get us some of that diesel fuel, and then we're going to go down the riverbank and we're going to get a ticket for no seatbelt. So anyway, and then we're going to back this beast down the riverbank and fuel her up. It's got a good, clean, dry site. Don't need no rain right now. The worst thing when you're pumping water is rain, because it makes it like a mud pit. And I definitely can't afford to put rocks at all these sites, and then when you do put rocks at these sites, they just get silted over by the river. It's non-stop maintenance. So every year you've got new issues. These guys here at the fuel station, most people come and get a cup of coffee in the morning. Roy comes and gets a tank of diesel fuel every morning. Live CBI. Okay, so a couple days ago I was sitting here bullshit. I made a new friend. We was talking about Ford trucks and Chevy trucks, and all of a sudden he goes, "Holy shit!" And I ran up there, and and it was kind of like it stayed in the truck. It's well lubricated. You're leaning against it right now, Ethan. This sumbitch is covered with diesel fuel, and then the dust hits it. When I wash it at the end of duck season, it'll look like brand new. But please do not leave unattended nozzle not clicking off. Well, yeah, it is, because I talked to Kelly. I said, "Hey man, I got one down at my house if you need one." He said, "Oh no, I got plenty." So yeah, she's clicking off now, but I told the little blonde-headed gal that's in charge in there, she stands about 4 foot nothing. And old Carrie, she's pretty fiery. I have a tendency to be a little fiery. Jamesy Shaky James is in charge of soap water over here. That son of a bitch will be full, I promise you that. And if you, I told you, looky there. They got James E. Ward in charge of the. This is gonna piss them off a little bit, but. Yeah, the old boy that owns this place I went to school with he was a year behind me, Michael, great guy, and his wife Ange. So this place was, Donnie McGowan started it a while back. Actually, my mom used to run a grill right there called Sharon's Grill. And and then before that, it was some of my relation had a filling station there. It was called the Grillett's Filling Station. So anyway, Michael and Ange, I think, are wanting to sponsor our YouTube video, because for a long time we met here every morning, and we would have like 10 truckloads of people from all over the country, usually from the south, out here at 4:30 in the morning, and all hell, Ramsey Russell, quite a few neat like videos, if you follow along on Instagram, took place here. And then there's always a lot of this going on. And this is what creates wetlands and habitat for the mallard duck. This right here. You see that? Costs a lot of money. Speaking of money, I got to go talk to my banker today. When we do our hunts, whenever you book your hunt, you'll put down a 50% non-refundable deposit. Credit card, Venmo, whatever, cash, checking them out. And then at 1st of October, the second half is due. And that's so that we don't sit there and lollygag around. And I'm telling you, I've did this shit all my life. It makes it so much smoother. Because certain people are real frugal with their money, and okay, you don't kill no ducks, and then you got to go talk to the guy and collect the second half. It just, get all that bullshit out of the way and come here and have fun. Don't come here to worry about money, okay? Rule number one, don't count what a duck costs. If you're counting what a duck costs, then you can't afford a duck hunt. But remember, I hate to be that way, but there's no gray area around me. It's simply, it's black and white. And no, I don't mean racial, you dumb bastards. I'm talking black and white, common sense, 10 commandments, good people, bad people. The bad always tries to mess up the good. Misery loves company, just so that they don't feel so bad about themselves. And the good wants nothing to do with the bad. So as soon as you figure that out, life's going to get a lot easier for you. So I don't know. I need my cup of joe, don't you know? I don't know what your morning cup of coffee cost.
Not much.
What? Hell, in the big cities, you know, some of these folks, they won't even live in a town that doesn't have a Starbucks. My morning cup of diesel fuel, usually, I don't know, it's going to cost around $289. It should kick off. It's a 105-gallon tank. I was on a slope, on a river bank. Surely I had 10, 15 left in there. I'll kick off here pretty quick. 90 gallons. One thing about it, I got this big 91, boom, sushi my house. I got this big 8400 on that son of a bitch. Get to work! And that son of a bitch gets her done now, and it idles, so it's pretty economical. Oh, and it's 4-wheel drive, so when you see them rain clouds, and I'm down by the river, and it's a mud bank, what could go wrong? The old kid said, I'll help you down getting that river with my skid steer if you need some help. And I said, son, gravity's a mother. I won't have no problem getting down there, trust me. Been down there a lot, been in it twice. I don't want to enter it again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Call some liberal. Get that shit cleaned up. I guess they'll want paid, won't they? I cleaned my truck off yesterday. I'm going to get it detailed tomorrow. It'll look like that in a week. There's Drake. Ducking off, of course. Whoop. Get to work. You're such lazy little cowboy. See, Todd and I see each other every day. Hi, Todd. Todd's getting gas. He just got done feeding cattle. And Bob Bidd ought to be pulling in any time. Yeah, usually old Bobby's up around here.
What? I fell asleep. I don't know.
Oh hell! I got the bullshit. Forgot to grab my wallet. I'll be right back. You'll have that.
Have a good day. Thank you. Hi, Roy.
Hi there. I forgot to get my wallet. I got the bullshit and Drake and them boys. I'll be right back slowly, patiently. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Why were you bullshitting? A day in the life?
Yeah. Oh, Drake and Fisher were there. No, never could walk, Ethan. Too nervous to walk. Not enough time in your life to walk. No. I got a small sack of ice. I'm out of shape, but that's why I'm here. Now that's some of my folders. I'll have to have a receipt. Did you get the diesel fuel, honey? No, that's okay. It's all right. St. Peter would have burnt my ass if I would have walked out of here with that. There's still going to be a couple brands on there. Rockin' RC's how I used to roll. That's when I tucked my boots. I had green boots come up to here when I was Cal Roy. At midnight, all the chicken shits were scared. So, it wasn't because I was a badass, it's because I had a 357. Yeah, I keep telling people we need to keep the West going. I don't know anybody down there around Atlanta that's tied in. There's a gentleman named Bill I took duck hunting one time. I think was maybe the grandson of the founder of Coke. But if you're working with the Coca-Cola company, I could sure use your sponsorship. I need a little help here. Oh my God. My addictions are going to break me. Number one addiction is building wetlands, and that's okay. Number two is caffeine. I probably ought to slow down a little. And there's St. Paul Church. It's beautiful. Beautiful structure, amazing. But anyway, I listen to two things. You'll hear me listening to good old rock and roll and this and that, and then a lot of times during the day, I listen to CNBC, the stock market, to keep my brain busy. I know my brain's probably busy enough, but anyway, I farmed all my life and was trying to guess what the weather was going to do, and a lot of other factors, what old equipment was going to do, what interest rates and crop prices. I find the stock market a lot easier. It's way easier, way more consistent, you know. And then if you want to be conservative, there's the rule of 7, and I think they use 7.5%. You keep multiplying that and compounding your interest, and you'll double your money every 7 years. So anyway, the earlier you start, the better it is. If you're a saver, you'll always be a saver, and if you're a spender, you'll always be a spender. Oh, Roy Carter's smartass quotes of the day: hard workers think they're lazy. Lazy people think they're hard workers. Smart people think they're stupid. Stupid people think they're smart. Spenders think they're tight, and tight people think they're spenders. I won't mention any names, but I could. There's the refuge. So on our drives to a lot of our work spots and working areas, you know, it's pretty cool because I get diesel fuel, then I drive by the waterfowl refuge, and then I start driving by some of our properties, and so everything's been pretty good. As far as the stock market right now, today's October 6th, I think, something like that. Everything's rolling strong. Powell dropped the interest 0.25. Probably 2 more drops this year, they're predicting. We're at an all-time high on the S&P 500, and we're busting our balls. Trump has got tariffs on the world. Can you imagine what's going to happen when we actually break bread? You know, when we all head to Key Largo and play golf, it should get good.
Have not had enough liquidity to be able to redeploy it in the industry. So you're seeing the boards of these big state pension plans and
shut it down, we'll grease that U-joint. And the top of that pump, you know, and it's stretching that blue hose. Are we going to have to let the water unhook and let the water out of that? Are we going to have to unhook and let the water out of that hose to accomplish what I'm trying to do?
Probably. I probably wouldn't mess with it.
Can you go over there and tell me if I can back up just a smidge with my whole unit right now? I've learned that you're never too old to learn until they throw the dirt on you. And if I was younger, I'd probably unhook it and back up and everything, but as soon as I do that, something's going to screw up and you know whose fault it's going to be. So I'll grease them U-joints, we'll fire it back up and roll. Hey honey, there's no way you can help it? I'm down, I got problems. I can pop that loose, put slack in my chain, undo that, hook onto something bigger, and get her the hell out of here. And the reason I do this is because I've had a couple get in the river. If this hose comes off, it's gonna play hell on everything. It's kind of like the roulette wheel. Is the zert gonna be aimed the right way or not? Uh-oh, there I hear it. On U-joints like that, there's even weep holes on a bunch of them, but your post to the book says, pump them until you quit smelling the burnt grease. And so that's that. Then I like to also kind of feel like, I mean, is that one a little warm? A little. But it's not bad, about the same. That's always good. So it's not supposed to look like that, but anyway, that's, I've got always keep your grease clean. I've got I got to get a new hose too. I've got grease remover and rags in the truck for that reason, and also having that boomer on there makes me feel quite a bit safer about being right here where I'm at. It's kind of like that tree I dropped the other day. Don't do this at home. So, okay, is it worth paying that money to hunt at Carter's? Well, I don't know. Dad basically risks his life every year to provide habitat. So, and I try not to risk my life, but that's just how ducking is.
I can open this oil up and it ain't gonna.
Oil's fine, just don't open your radiator. I'll get you a rag here. Come bait fish or go around the other side of the truck, so take it easy and get a rag. Bring the whole roll. I don't want to get wasteful, but
It is leaning, but she's low.
okay, we just put a total analysis on it, because it, I can look there at your motor block and you've got at least an inch, if not an inch and a half, of out of level. Are you coming, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm looking.
In the front seat, I think, or set back. I got two rolls.
Yeah, front seat on the floor.
Front seat on the floor.
Yep.
Hustle, son. We don't walk at CBI.
I know it. I told him to relax. And then now it's a
Hell of a snag.
Throw it here.
Oh yeah,
Boom, sushi, here,
all
here.
stick tight in.
Hands.
All
I'm a little short.
baby.
I was all leg, short, loudmouth, nose guard, and center. A lot of heart, just not a lot of feet. I had to learn how to fight because I can't outrun you. And so, like I said,
That Chiefs game last night was disappointing.
yeah, I went to bed at halftime
They looked good at halftime, and then they came out at half and just
Flat.
kind of went to shit.
Terrible.
Flat. No, we were playing Chiefs ball. Homie was in the air, throwing across his back. He was like going, you know, line of scrimmage, boom, and then it was going good.
Not bad.
Yep, that'd be about right. And I'll bring some oil down when it'd be in the middle, right where it was. 'Cause I'm looking at that dude right there. I got a level in my back window. And then the sight glass back there, and it's gonna look plumb full probably, son. I see just a smidge of a leak under there, but not a ton. We got 2 bins instead of 1. Anybody that's ever went to school will tell you that's a better deal. I think we're pumping the same. Yep. Right at 35, but we got less resistance. This flex hose will want to gurgle and it'll wear your sides out. You'll show up and she'll be springing leaks in your seams. So I found if you choke it off or had a big 300-pound sandbag, you lay it on it, it'll fill full of water and quit gurgling. So that's what that is. Need that black elephant trunk hose, but it's either $50 a foot or $100 a foot. So I used to run the black elephant hose on there for the first 50 feet, but got to where I couldn't afford it. All right, on to the next subject. Locked up like a German short hair. I'm gonna tell you right now, I seen 3 bald eagles this morning and there was a little gust of north wind. And I thought, wow, that's weird. Because we got that, you know, they're gonna migrate here in just a couple weeks. The calendar birds.
Oh, there's more over there now.
Pelicans. I haven't found an honest logger yet, but these seem to be closest. I've got some good ash logs in here. Ought to really make some, there's just some good footage there. That's a pretty clean log. Usually you get too much water around here in that black circle. That guy right there. How much shit you got in your britches today?
How much shit you got in your britches?
Good. That something's pretty clean, ain't it? It's got a little dark.
Leaning hard, we pushed her over for you.
Pretty clean. Oh, I
I'm
know
good.
it. This
Ethan,
guy,
nice to meet you.
the whole time, it's the quality of a good logger is the whole time they're telling you, blowing smoke up your ass about how they're helping you. If you can just keep them from hauling logs at night, that's the biggest thing.
Oh, we're gonna come back tonight and haul these.
Oh, we hold
About
them at
1:30.
night. We hold them at night because we were overloaded. Oh, the lights don't work on the trailer. I've heard it all.
And if we had 72 logs on, he got paid for 50.
Yeah, I told him, I said, I ain't found an honest logger yet. And he said, well, that's funny. Why'd you ask me back? So, anyway, okay, there's issues everywhere.
Oh yeah, beetles in here.
Beetles, I
You
know
wanna
they're
know what
coming.
the beetle is? You know?
Do you got, okay, come on. Let's see, am I in the way? This is getting 2 birds with 1 stone, okay? This is all flooded. If you're a duck, would you rather try to come down through that? Or would you rather come down through that?
No, you're fine. It's funny.
He just said, I bet I split it. That crotch tree. Boy, when I fucking hit you, you're 2 days, nobody's gonna know where you're at until you wake up.
You better keep what teeth you got left,
That's all
son.
right. I'm telling you.
When I get done with
Fucking
you,
honest
your
with
head will look like a watermelon.
I like watermelon.
Roll, baby, roll. Nice, nice. Didn't scratch that pinto. All I give a piss about is the pinto. Gary's going to go in here and he's going to cut the front face of that back until it, and be sure to not get too far or to beat the blade. Then he's going to come in on this side. Gonna go perfect.
Boy, look at my cut compared to theirs.
No, that was nice.
That's how you used to cut.
That's the way to do it. Just
Yeah.
don't pinch your blade. Every now and then it happens. And see the way it is, guys, if you look at the mechanics on that, you're coming across. When you get to center, this is still pulling. This is holding, okay? Now, if you go too far, it tips on your blade, and that's the pinch of blade, and you drive a wedge in there or get another saw. Stop. Come here. All your tension's wanting to go this way. Instead of cutting straight, come down. And now that even that ain't going to go against that. So it's a safety back top protect you. And then get the hell out of there no matter what, because limbs and shit, their shit goes on. They'll spin on their stump.
Widowmaker's usually what kills the logger, not the
Didn't
tree.
have a dead tree limb in it, and that's why the camera and I stood
And we
so
didn't
close.
hurt them pecans when I pull it
At
down,
all.
it'd be fine.
Boom, right this way.
And when you're cutting a tree and it's pinching, like Roy was saying, you pull out and go back in. You keep that pinch cut out. That way you can go on and make your cut and pop it off.
Yep.
I always leave a little notch on the back so it hits it. It ain't gonna chase you.
Won't chase you, yep. Shit going on. It's a good problem when you can't get any work done because you got too much work getting done. Okay, they die. They just, oh, no, that could get real dangerous. Jumps tall buildings in a single bound. One step for mankind, or what is it? One step for man and a huge
One large step for mankind.
a huge leap for mankind. Got poison ivy, you bitch. Never give up. Sometimes it's better to give up. Boy, I tell you, I feel like I've been to the gym. Look at this. Welcome to my house. heaven on earth. See where I had already been in here and taken out undesirables. What I mean by that, like if you'll look, you just seen what I was doing, what I leave. Red oak, red oak, red oak, pin oak, beautiful. This over here is what I call a hawthorn bush or tree. It puts little red berries on it and the wood ducks love it. So yeah, when I was in the cab, I was looking at all the species, you know, and there's more to go. Elm. Ash, elm, ash. This reason I hesitated could be box elder. When you cut it into box elder, it looks like ash, but it's a little bit different bark, and it's got a red core. And Stacy Norris and I cut a whole horse trailer full of what we thought was good $35 Rick ash. I mean, we had a couple $100. We could have drank on that for at least a week. Well, minus we drank while we cut it. So we were just trying to pay for the bush. I was a Bush Light drinker back then. And so that was before Padre Island in '87, because I had to quit puking, so I had switched to Cruise Light. With that being said, I don't know how I got off on that tangent. Oh, box elder. So we took it into town to Richard Murphy, and it didn't work out. He just started laughing. So even a country boy has to learn the hard way sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you what, I used to chase coonhounds at night without a headlamp. Now I can't run very fast, but I bet I can outrun you in the timber. This old man can run through, especially back in the day when I seen Mr. Green Jeans. Boom! I promise you. Huh?
It's good.
Got them shin shoes on, but dude, you get a city slicker out here, he's just gonna get hurt. That's why they pay me. But look here. Ronnie O'Toole will tell you, it's hard. It's hard to work for Roy. How come? I mean, he's a great guy. He's a hard worker, but God, he loves those trees. Oh, where are we going to get the dirt? Oh. This in here is a natural swamp. And actually, this area in the past was above water line. So it's wet over there, but it was dry right here on this crest. This thing comes up this way. There's a timber hedge, but something happened to it early in life and it got bloomed out. Usually them suckers shoot straight up. That ash is no good because the knots. You can see it's dying. That's just part of it. Now when we come in here and we open this up, the sunlight will hit, especially me stirring around with these acorns that are on the ground now. It's a good time to be doing things. You cut your logs, you cut your oak logs if you're in the, you know, and I don't cut any oak except for white oak, but do it in the fall. And then when your tops fall down, don't touch them. I know I'm cleaning it up, but I'm not scratching any trees, and if I do, I'm really mad at myself. So just let the top guard those nuts for about 5-6 years. It'll decay and actually start feeding the nuts, you know, like this water oak here. It's breaking down and decaying. It's got a lot of good water oak in here now. I call them water oaks, but I guess it's that thing's all knots and burls and everything. I know these pieces of wood with the burls and the knots in it look really good, guys, but I'm not a call maker or anything, but that knot is harder than hell, and it's usually not bonded together, and as soon as you start to work with it, it's going to break, chip. Doesn't work very easy. Before, kind of after. On the other side, clean, nice, ready to go. I tell you what, there's several things that I'm thinking about when I do this stuff. One of them is, where am I going to burn or put my brush pile? So if I'm going to burn that brush pile, I want to be sure and have it where there's no, what I call desirable, or no trees that I want. In other words, I'm going to put that brush pile where when I light it to fire, it doesn't hurt any species of trees that I desire. Now, so in other words, I'll put it by bad trees. If I see a hedge tree, a thorn tree, a locust tree, a great big old elm, that's where I'll pile my brush pile. And then I'll burn it, and I'll kill two birds with one stone. Speaking of killing two birds with one stone, when you was watching that, you notice how I use the corner of my blade a lot to sweep things away from the tree and then go. And then they're designed to push. I'll back drag a little bit, but you got to be careful because you got hoses and stuff up here. So when you back drag, you start getting around hoses, radiator. And when you're first learning how to run a dozer, you'll have to do some back dragging to clean your stuff up. I still have to. But when it's cutting good, and I learned, I don't know, there's only so many horsepower in this tractor here, this dozer. And so if I get in and I get a mouthful, if I get a blade full, and I'm cutting real smooth, then it's less likely to gouge because it's going to really draw my motor down. And so I'm sitting there listening to that dude. And if it starts to draw down, I go up. And if it starts to speed up in RPMs, I go down. And then you treat it like a level. In other words, pretend that you have a level left and right, and pretend that you have a level like this. And when you're sitting on that thing, if you feel yourself going like that, then you go like this with that 6-way blade, and that lets more dirt out of your right hand side, and it's going to bring that track up, and vice versa. And then when you're trying to get something to grade, when you feel yourself going like that, you got to be letting up, and when you feel yourself going like that, you got to be cutting down. So it takes a while. But anyway, and hell, you can see I still screw up. Like, look right here. This is what I call a screw up. It gouged on me, you know. You're walking around along and this is flooded. That one's not bad, but you sure don't want anything too big. One thing about down here, especially when the big river gets out, she'll smooth her off for you.